I know this isn't 2015 Barcelona, but 4-1? Really? Okay, so tournaments are not Barcelona's thing this year. Um, what are you gonna do? 4-1. Real talk, that was one of those games that started off with the good energy. Messi gets a penalty, whether De Jong got hit or not, and then Mbappe does his, he gets by one guy. Congratulations, he does the arrogant armpit grab thing. I know he thinks it looks really special, but most of us just think like, we got it. You learn it from Neymar. You're not Neymar. And I know you're good. You can't take anyone one-on-one. You're really good off the ball. And your movement, your first touch is great. Anyway, I don't want to start like going down on this kid. But so then you go from that's good to, okay, at the end of the game, you're like, dang it. I know we're not Barcelona of old. I get that. But this didn't need to happen. I mean, what really bothers me about this game, yes, Barcelona got smashed 4-1, is that they crumbled at the end. But what I didn't understand more than anything is that we just got done with a game with good chemistry, good movement. Ricky Puig is in there, Pedri's in there. You've got Trincao in there. You've got De Jong in the back line. And then we go and completely change the entire squad. So we go from having a really good game to playing the old guard. Think about this. We just came off of a good game. Just came off of one. And then on top of that, PK starts. He hasn't played and he just jumps into a Champions League first leg against PSG. I mean, I love PK as much as anybody else. Like, real talk. I do. But he should not be coming in his first game. So now we're dealing with Griezmann, Messi, Dembele up top. Now, whether that works, that's fine, but the middle has to be important. The middle has to be, it has to work. It's got to gel. It's got to flow to distribute the ball. We know that Griezmann cannot create his own opportunities. We know Dembele's not great at defense for the most part as far as getting back with responsibility. And we know that Messi needs them to be hitting on all cylinders for him to get the ball. So what do? We start Pedri, Busquets, and De Jong in the middle. We already know we have a suspect back line, and De Jong goes in the middle. He played so well last game. So well. And instead of what happened, we had an inverse of what happened last game, and we lose 4-1. Instead of winning 5-1. Now, I get it. PSG is a solid team. All the more reason for De Jong to stay in the back line. Real talk. So then we don't have, let's put it this way. We go into halftime 1-1. I was just talking to someone about this. Yeah, I said I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be so upset. We know this is a rebuilding team. But honestly, okay, so I'm not gonna yell at Koeman for not starting the team I wanted him to start. But I am gonna say, if at halftime you come back out with the same squad, and I think anybody who watched this game realized while it wasn't perfect in the first half, we were dynamic. It was a beautiful game to watch. It was a lot of fun. Second half started, and you started to see that we were getting hammered on the defensive line. We weren't able to, in the first half, Serginho Dest was doing pretty good with Mbappe. Second, there started to be holes. Then you started to see that Dembele wasn't getting back far enough, and he was getting ran down the left side. Too much space for Mbappe and that whole left side. You started to see holes. So I just don't understand why he didn't make the move then. I think even the announcer said something around like 65th or 70th minute, assuming, Koeman knows he's going to have to make some subs, but he didn't. You know what I mean? Like, we had no flow in the middle. The defense is getting hammered, and then the transition from the midfield up to Messi, Griezmann, and Dembele, they weren't doing much with it. So instead of playing, again, we have Moriba, Ricky Puig, Pedri in the middle. You got Busquets, who you could tell started to slow down, started to get hit. He's not the same Busquets. Love him, but that's not there, right? Then you've got De Jong, who's good, but he was spending more time being a defender and he can't get up. So he's really a naturally defensively leaning player. So once you put him in the middle, he doesn't really get the connection up to him and Dembele. You knew he needed to make some moves, and we didn't. Ter Stegen, other than some weird two kicks, he had a really solid game. But at the end, the whole thing collapsed, just like we've seen in Champions League. Now, yes, this is only the first league, but everybody who watches Barcelona the last 3 years, you won't know what today was. They won one, and then you saw when that second goal went in, and then you saw the heads drop, and then the third goal goes in, and then you knew a fourth one was coming, and you almost don't want to watch the rest of the game because it's so painful. I'm not even going to get into the games. I was happy that Messi got a goal. I was good. I was very happy to see that we were competitive, but let's be honest, if you're playing the old players, you've got to have the youth with them. We already saw the other game that the youth was able to move the ball. It was beautiful, it was pretty. It wasn't perfect, but if you know that's the future, I don't understand why you don't do that, Koeman. And if you're not going to start the team that you just saw did well because you're so stubborn, then why not at the 50th or the 60th minute, when you see we are getting pounded and we're not getting any opportunities, why don't you make the change then? When you see that Dembele's getting sucked way back and he's not getting back down on defense, when you see that Griezmann is missing wide open shots, when you see that, make a change. Instead, you take out the typical, okay, Serginho Dest is getting beat up on the right side, so let's put Mingueza over there. No, him getting beat, yes, he hasn't been back a lot, but that's more a symptom of the situation that you've got too much space between everyone on the left side. Fix that. Fix that. Not take out the person who's getting used up at the very end of the play. Yes, PK should have been taken out because he came back too early. Serginho Dest was doing his best, got kind of eaten up. Busquets was getting torched inside. Yes, he was getting even the 50-50s. He was always slower than, he was coming in at 40%. It's just, you know that this is a youthful PSG squad. Yes, they didn't have Neymar, but it's a youthful, powerful team. They're not a great team. They have a lot of great players, and they are working on it. So when you know that a team isn't so solid that they can run you over by combination play, but the sheer talent can do you something, and you know they're all young, you need to play with youth. Get the energy. The best way you can do is work the ball around them and create opportunities. First half was decent, but you could see youth was needed. I'm not going to complain anymore. So we're not good at tournaments this year. I guess not. I just hope that he can see what we all saw the last game, that you have great combinations. You got Pedri, you've got Ricky Puig, and then you've got... We need to play to our strength. We're not the 2015 Barcelona squad. We need to focus on the youth and see what we got. I'm not disappointed in the team. I know that they weren't going to win Champions League this year. It was just really frustrating for me to see that Ronald Koeman did not see what's so obvious, what so many people say. Bring up the next generation. Stop living in the past. If you lose with your next generation, at least you tried to bring something new, some energy. You let the team build together and have building blocks to take on next year. Instead, you went with players that we know you plan to get rid of. You went with the players that you personally plan to get rid of next year. It doesn't make any sense. Next game, guys, join the channel. Happy that you're here. I'm sorry today was so tough. It was just the first leg, and I know it's hard to watch, but we've got a lot of good games to come. Talk to everyone soon.